All right, hello to you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whenever you are watching this. And you're going to love the channel, so I'm telling you now, go ahead and subscribe. Okay, subscribe off the bat because you're going to love the info that you get here at Plant-Based Homestead Prepper, where we teach how to eat better, how to live better, create yourself a homestead, and to prep for the future no matter what may be coming. So thank y'all for being here. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to talk with you for a few moments. And today's subject is going to be about creating alliances and helping the people around you now so that when SHTF, or World Without Rule of Law, happens, you don't have the problems that you would normally have if you didn't create those alliances. So let's fast forward and let's play this thing out. Something happens, some kind of, especially in the city, okay? Especially in the city. And most of the time I'm talking, I'm going to be talking to the people that live in more urban areas, the people that are watching my channel who are already have homesteads, already living in, what I consider the country, more rural areas. You guys are have more of an advantage than we that live in the city anyway already. And a lot of the things that I'll be talking about, you guys already know anyway. And for the folks that are new to the lifestyle, especially in the city, because like I told you guys in a previous video, my biggest concern right now is if something happens and we have some kind of civil unrest, and no matter what happens, every scenario I play out in my head is going to create some kind of civil unrest. For example, if we have, I live on the East Coast, if we have a hurricane that hits this area, eventually there'll be civil unrest. If we have some kind of political, I don't even know, situation, it leads to civil unrest. If we have a food shortage and we truly run out of food, it's definitely going to cause a civil unrest. So that is my biggest concern, being a prepper living in the city, and as well as it should be. I mean, that's natural, that's normal. As a matter of fact, last night my wife and I convinced my wife to sleep outside in the tent in the backyard with me. And it was funny because, and I live in the urban area, and it's a lot of folks, a lot of people, golly. And all last night, all I heard was shooting after shooting after shooting. I'm talking about, that's not what I heard on the television. This is what I heard with my ears. And I totally enjoy sleeping outside the tent. And the video is not about sleeping outside. I'll do another one about sleeping outside the tent. Maybe I'll do it from the tent. I totally enjoy it. Oh my gosh! If you haven't never step outside in the tent, it's called earthing. I'll get into that another time. But anyway, it was just so many shootings last night, and I could hear them all. It was crazy. But the alliances that you want to start creating now, or could save you and your family's life later. Case in point, meet your neighbors. If you live in the area where you have two neighbors, on each side of you, and you have neighbors across the street, it is so imperative that you know those people, because you have to start getting to know your neighbors, and you got to start getting them in the mindset of preparedness, so that they don't come knocking on your door during a situation. That's number one. That is absolutely number one right there. Because think about it. If you're in a situation where you're survival and you're trying to make it with your family, and that could be just you, that could be you and your pet, that could be you, your wife, you, your husband, you and your children by yourselves, okay? If you're in a situation where you're trying to make it, are you truly going to, one, have enough resources to give to other people? That's something you got to think. See, especially in the city, that's something you have to think about. That's something that my wife and I have talked about. We've gone back and forth. If anything happens, are we going to help? These people over here. Are we going to help and we know our neighbors. Okay, are we going to help these folks? After how many days are we going to keep turning them away? Because remember, in a survival situation, those that you turn away are foes that you've created. Those that you turn away are foes that you created. And I don't care how good of a friend you are or you think you are, when times are like this, when things are not happening, you turn somebody away during a crisis situation, you're gonna have to watch. And no matter what happens, when SHTF happens, you're gonna have to watch your back, your front, your side anyway. It will be so much easier and better. And especially if you, I have set our lives up to the point where it's kind of funny. And I need to get better with my neighbors. And I know my neighbors on East Side. Fortunately, my neighbor across the street is a school, so I don't have to worry about that. And it's an open. We live across the street from a huge open field where the playground is and the baseball field and all that kind of stuff. So we will be able to see anything coming from the front, which is great. And I know my neighbors behind me. We have fences, which is a great perimeter, and get to know all your neighbors, and it'd be wise to set up like we have neighborhood watches and things like that. It's just another way. Civic leagues, that's a great way to meet your neighbors. Not everybody goes to that. Not everybody participates with neighborhood watches and things like that, but it's a great start. And those are things that you can start, period. Exchange numbers with your neighbors. Make sure that everybody has everybody else's number. I just talked to my neighbor when I left out. He funny situation. He forgot to put out his trash the other day. And normally if I put up my trash within 10 or 15 minutes, he'll bring his trash can out. And it's been a couple times I set it out for him or whatever. But you never know what just a kind act in somebody's life, even now, because you never know what people are going through. So I strongly encourage you, especially people that live in the city, meet, get to know, exchange phone numbers with your neighbors, because your neighbors can be your biggest allies when SHTF happens. SHTF, WWROL, I'm telling you, you're gonna need people, and you're gonna need people that have your back and you have their back. If you think you're just gonna prep and you're gonna have supplies and people smell food cooking or they hear a generator running, which I wouldn't even recommend you use that kind of stuff if you're in the city. I have generator, and I thought about it, I was like, I'm not gonna set us up where we're targets like that, because if the power is out, you start up a generator, people will be able to hear that thing for miles. I mean, it will be because it's gonna be so quiet. Think about all of the horn blowing, all of the traffic, all the kind of. If that stuff ceases, and all you have is silence all the time, people are going to hear everything. And God forbid if you were to cook some food. Oh my God, because a hungry nose can smell some food a mile away. And I'm talking about a human hungry nose. I'm not talking about an animal. I'm talking about a human hungry nose will be able to smell some food a mile away. And if you don't believe me, do an extended fast. Do an extended water fast. And after 4 or 5 days, you're going to be smelling things and craving things that you never thought you would. So, create alliances now. Make sure you know your neighbors. Exchange phone numbers. Create some kind of neighborhood watch. Go to your civic league. Get to know the people that you live around. Because that could literally be the difference between life and death in SHTF and WWROL. So again, I ask you, if you have enjoyed this, Please subscribe. We are a new channel. I'm trying to build this thing up. We're trying to get to a certain level. And honestly, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as fast as possible and get that 4,000 watch hours, because simply, I like doing lives. I like doing Facebook lives. But when I found out that you could monetize your channel on YouTube, I'm like, golly, I'm doing everything already on Facebook and not getting paid for it. I mean, I have a group over there that I lead and everything. And anyway, that's beside the point. I would love to do lives so I can do interaction. Maybe have a segment every week where at a particular time I come in and do the live with you guys, and we go back and forth and just toss ideas. I would love to talk about current events. I would love to give you guys my opinion about just things that I see happening, like the stock market. I play the stock market, and I'm gonna tell you, it's an amazing way for you to make money, but it's an amazing way for you to lose money too. And everything is all being controlled. We're being controlled. We're puppets. You just gotta, you gotta know that and gotta realize that up front. So, as always, thank you for being here. Subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you know when I've uploaded a recent video. And as always, thank you guys for being here. And I love you enough to tell you the truth. Y'all be blessed. Take care.